Hey, good evening, Prince Peeps. This is the Purple Ladder, and I just got reviewing the 10th anniversary of the Lotus Flower album and the 40th anniversary of the Prince album. Now we're getting to the 20th anniversary of Rave Un2 Joy Fantastic. As I always do, this was released November 2nd, 1999, recorded 1988, June 1998, September 1999. Paisley Park, Chanhassen, Minnesota, Electric Lady, New York City, New York, Old Henry, Burbank, California. 73 minutes, 50 seconds long. Yes, this was supposed to be the comeback album for Prince, signing with Clive Davis and Arista, the agreement that they had, and try to promote him as with guest appearances, just like he did Santana. But like I said, Prince is not a big on promotion, so it didn't happen that way. But still, a good album came from it. Raven, as we always do, let's get a little history done. Rave Un2 the Joy Fantastic is the 23rd studio album by American recording artist Prince. The unpronounceable love symbol as shown on the album cover, distributed November 2nd, 1999 by NPG Records and Arista Records. The album was issued shortly after the release of The Vault, Old Friends for Sale in 1999. It includes several guest appearances, including by Gwen Stefani, Eve, and Sheryl Crow. Yeah, Prince also completed a cover of Crow's 1996 hit single "Every Day Is a Winding Road," a pop and R&B album. It departs from the soul genre found on Prince's previous efforts. The album received generally mixed reviews from critics who enjoyed the guest appearances on the album, but were confused by Prince's attempt at harnessing the pop music market. Commercially, the album peaked at number 18 in the United States and number 5 in Canada, becoming the most successful album in over 3 years, with similar results elsewhere. By the end of 1999, the album was certified gold by the Recording Industry Association of America. The album's first and only single, "The Greatest Romance Ever Sold," peaked at number 63 on Billboard Hot 100 and became the album's only song to chart. Second and third singles, "Duet," "So Far So Please," and "Hot With You," were planned for release in summer 2000, but were both canceled after the album's lukewarm commercial success. Yeah. Instead, two promotional singles were released, "Baby Knows" and "Man of War." To promote the album, Prince hosted a pay-per-view event entitled Rave Un2 the Year 2000, which would later be released on DVD. Good concert. Yeah. Background and release. Development of the album began in 1988 under the working title Rave Un2 the Joy Fantastic. However, when the recording and writing sessions proved to be unfruitful, the entire project was abandoned. The majority of the songs written for the album were originally made for Prince's previous works, such as Love Sexy and Graffiti Bridge. In June 1998, Prince resumed the project, creating a reworked version of the title track and enlisting help from other musicians such as Gwen Stefani, Eve, and Sheryl Crow. Recording sessions took place in Prince's hometown of Chanhassen, Minnesota at Paisley Park Studios, as well as Electric Lady Studios and Old Henry Sound Studios, both in California. The productions from the recorded concluded in September 1999, nearly 2 months to its scheduled release date. Sorry, got this cold. A digital version of the album was released exclusively to both of the Prince's official website, 1-800-NEWFUNK.com and LoveForOneAnother.com, and features enhancements that are not included on the physical edition. The cover art displays the singer wearing a blue jacket made out of fox wool instead of actual fur. Prince described his decision. It was a jacket were real wool, it would have taken several lambs whose lives would have begun like this within weeks of their birth. Their ears would have been hole punched, their tails chopped off, and the males would have been castrated while fully conscious. Extremely high rates of mortality, considered normal. 20 to 40% of lambs die before the age of 8 weeks. 8 million mature sheep die every year from disease, exposure, of neglect. Prince, health conscious, and as he was, an advocate for the animal rights. All right, let's get to some of the tracks. Rave Un2 the Joy Fantastic. Great tune. Um, Not my favorite, but still a great tune. Like I said, I give it a 7 out of 10. But it could have been better. You gotta remember this is an old song that he put out, reworked or whatever, and it's a Prince song, and it's moderated, and it's got a moderate reaction that we see from Prince friends that this is a Prince song. But like I said, I give it a 7. Undisputed featuring Chuck D. I like this song. Great beat, kind of rough. Like the Chuck D rapping. I give it a 9. To me, it don't fit in the album, but it's one of them songs that's a great track. I wish he would have released this one. Greatest romance ever song. This is one of Prince's best underrated tracks of all time. I highly recommend this. I give it a 10 because it's such highly mature lyrics. What he was talking about. This is where we end, and this is where you and I began. He's talking about the Adam and Eve love affair. He's talking about the greatest romance that's ever been sold. They always sell, the Adam and Eve love affair. Why Adam never left Eve. And in the video you see that Prince had the lover, and then you see that she's falling. You see that she gets pregnant. The symbolic way of the video is great. It really compels to the song, and is one of Prince's most underrated songs of all time. I love this track. Like I said, give it a 10. It should have really been a better reception for the song because it was a great tune. A song like this should have been number one, but it's just where people mindsets at. At the time, the Latin takeover was so big. That's why Santana was really huge. The Latin sound, you had Lopez coming out. You already had Ricky Martin, and it just wasn't in people's psyche at the time. But if you just say if it would have came out in the earlier '90s, it might have been a bigger hit. So we get a segue for, not going to mess with that, Hot With You. Okay. I give it a 6. Great rapping by Eve. I like her better on the remix of the Greatest Romance episode. But, I give it a 6. Signature Prince lyrics and song. Tangerine. One of my favorite songs on the album. So short. A minute and 30 seconds. But for that minute and 30 seconds, I give it a 9. And it really is a song that should have been longer, but it's such a great tune. So far, so pleased. I love this song. This is a great funky rock type song. And it really, to me, was the perfect song for Gwen Stefani. They made a good team on this. I give it a 9.5. A great tune. I like the energy. I like the guitar, the rock, the drum beat. I love the beat. So he's got a lot of energy. Hell yeah. This is a great tune for both of them. The Sun, the Moon, and the Stars. My favorite track on the album. No doubt. Gets a 10 all day. This is my favorite track. So good. The music in here is so excellent. It's so funky. It's got a little reggae in it. And, you know, that line, the strings in it. Oh, man. And then the ending of that song, you know, the lyrics and the words. Prince can change that voice. He does a little rap in it. He just does everything. Sun, moon, and stars. Oh man, it, what can you say? Wish this single was released. I wish this was a song that was released as a single. Sorry, I hate that because I think it would have been a hit single. Mm. And it's one of them great Prince tracks. I still listen to it today, and like I said, 10 all day. His remake, the ninth song of Every Day is a Winding Road, the ninth song on the album, his remake of Sheryl Crow. I think he did a hell of a job. I think it's Larry Graham in here. Like I said, you got Sheryl Crow. Uh, Man, it's funky. It's more funky. It's got a lot of energy. House. I like this. I give it a 9. Uh, Great song to listen to while you're driving. Great song to listen to just around the house. Got a lot of energy. He put a lot of energy in it. And Sheryl Crow's song, the original version is good. So he did a great job on this remake. Another segue. I'm not going to get into the segues. Man of War ballad. I don't dig it that much. I give it a 4. It's not one of my favorite Prince tunes, even ballads. I give it a 4. I'm not going to dwell on that. Baby Knows. Could have been more rockier. I think it's more funkier with Sheryl Crow. It's okay tune. I give it a 5. Not one of my favorites, but I was looking for a much edgier song. I Love You, But I Don't Trust You. Infamous Annie DeFranco, the greatest independent artist of all time. Great tune. Great tune by Prince. And this was a great collab by Prince. The song is 8. And I don't listen to it that much, but it's just what the song. Song is just great and a great collab. Annie DeFranco is a great artist. She was always great back then. Independent artist, open about her sex, and it was a great collab. And this was one of the truly dark, good songs that Prince wrote, and she collabed with her. Hey, what can you say? Silly Game, the second best song on the album for me. It's the third is Greatest Romance. I give it a 10 all day. It got that old school feel, something that stylistics should do, and I love the strings. Great tune, great lyrics. Prince, like I said, Prince on point. He can write just about anything, and if he put his effort into things, he can make a great tune. Sometimes, you might not get that, but this was a great tune. 10 all day. Strange but true. I like this song. It's middle of the road for as the album. I give it a 7, but I like it. I'm not gonna dwell on it too much, but it works. Wherever you go, wherever you do, these are always the ending type songs of an album, but this is not. This is basically ending because the next two are hidden tracks, but it's great out. It's a great song. Give it a 9. Uh, it really goes on. You don't get the feeling of sun, moon, and stars from it, but it's still a great tune because it's a long song, 8 minutes. Okay, 1-800 New Funk ad. That's the hidden track. Not gonna get into that much. I'm Pretty Man. Love this track. This is Maceo debuting, and it's a great hidden track for me. It gets a 9.5, and it really meshes with the album. It puts it in there. I wish the album would have got a better reception, but it didn't. All in all, Rave Un2 joint fantastic. Gets an 8. Uh, I don't. Album got to be horrible for me for a Prince album, but I like the Rave Un2 joint fantastic. I think it was a little bit underrated, under received, but it gets an 8 for my taste because it's some great songs on here. And like I said, this is not, emancipation, and this is not something of like Sign of the Times, but it's still a great album, and it really kicks you into what Prince was going to do in the 2000s, last album of the 90s. So all in all, it's an 8. And the songs he did, some of them that he already recorded, and some of them that he reworked or came up with later with collabs. All in all, good album. So this is the Purple Ladder. I'm going to sign off and say peace. God bless. Thank you. And I'll see you in another video.